Hello and welcome to the Call of Duty Rec League. We have the Sydney Dingoes versus the Cleveland Misfires here in our Silver Mixed League. Not Silver Pre-Made. I got a little grief from that from Prod. Right now we're on the perspective of Eli. If I'm not mistaken, that's their name. Zarnok gets first blood, and I'm here with Getster. Getster, what are you seeing right off the rip?
I'm seeing some Call of Duty being played right now, okay? So I'm seeing some Call of Duty on Hacienda Hardpoint. And so far, I'm seeing the Sydney Dingoes do a pretty good job of holding early point on this map. Something very difficult to do on P1. As mentioned earlier, the high ground surrounding a point with very limited cover is, it is not a key to a lot of points being built, but I've already seen more points for this one team than I usually see both teams get on the first point. So, good
Yeah.
progress.
Great observation right there. 22-3 and counting in favor for Sydney. And thank you for introducing, Hacienda Hardpoint. We're in a best of 5 series here right now. A player for Cleveland. We're laying on this P1, but then that, hill switch comes in, and now looks like Dingoes are in a great position. What was that? Snark got a slay onto Rocky off screen, and right now it's a 3v4. Maybe someone's out of the lobby. Yep, they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks
but
like there
feel
was a
free to
yeah,
let,
we're
let
starting
me
0-0 for
rock.
sure.
Yeah,
I
awesome.
gotcha.
So appreciate that note from Shio in the production booth saying until noted otherwise, it's a reset right now. We're on the perspective of Sharpie and just getting the crosshairs going as Zarnok gets the first blood to start us once again on Hacienda.
Yeah, first blood, but not gonna be the second or third are the misfires with once again the dingoes building up a little bit of early points here. Not gonna stay on for super long because it is a treacherous point to play around on super heavily. As we see immediately, 8 points is all they're gonna have for now. Good kill there though from Snarts, phenomenally played.
Yeah, and in chat, I'm seeing just people root for their teams. I'm seeing love for Sharpie and Rocky right now. Love to see that. Chat was a little dead during game one, so right now, as the exchanges go in favor of Sydney Dingoes, the rotations are going to come through, but it looks like Cleveland are in a decent position to take advantage of this P2 after surrendering this first point.
Ooh, on the approach there, it appears that Sydney Dingo's just not able to get the good rotation in at first. The misfires able to make it in very well, but Hypnotic! A multi-kill coming out of practically nowhere, and suddenly they're in and building on this point despite losing the early rotation. They're gonna get the majority of the time on this hill.
Yeah, great stuff. As Cleveland challenges
Oh!
together is the key to victory right there. Somehow Eli
Never
gets
mind.
that pick. Right now, it seems like the Sydney Dingoes are respawning a little far away
Ooh.
from this point, but with those picks, they're going to have a good foothold here. And right now, let's see. Will Fatty allow that killing spree
Wow.
to get a bigger lead as the rotations come through? Sydney Dingoes just stop the momentum from Cleveland.
And that is some really nice scrap time to get at the very end of the hill there, putting Fatty on a 5 streak as well, 2 away from that elusive Hellstorm. Make it 1. If he gets this last one, it could be absolutely massive for the momentum of the Sydney Dingoes. Already breaking onto the point super early, despite losing the early rotations. And Fatty does get up to 7. Make it 8. This man's on a tear right now.
Yeah.
Hellstorm can come in at any time now, but he doesn't need to use it yet. His team is in full control, and he is feeling himself on a 9 right now.
Yeah, great calls as we see Sharpie right now dialed in. And once again, this is the time where I hope we have a listen in, or I hoped we had a listen in. Fatty with the 10.
10.
Wow, right there, just dominating the opposing team. 11 and 12 to start us off with only 6 ticks on that hill. That's an impressive stat line right now. Cleveland doing a great job of just fighting back, even though they don't have the slays. They have Zarnok trying to
Oh,
do what they can. Jakey gets taken out, and it's just trades on trades on trades as that P3 comes through.
yeah, and it's looking really solid for them so far, but moving into this fourth hill, Goes
What just
taking the
got?
first map in this best of 5 series. Unfortunately, none of us got to see it, but it was pretty dominant. 250 to 118. And that's one way to start map 2. Rocky finding 2 in exchange for the life of his teammate Jakey Cake's dealership S&D. A map I've not seen before. And a map that Rocky doesn't see anymore either. Rest in peace.
Right now, we're just at 2 lives remaining, 1 and 2 right now. Sydney Dingoes dropping like it's hot. Sharpie is the last one alive. Let's see if they're able to draw up a play here. Eli and Zarnock are trying to.
Wow. Snappy.
Ooh, Sharpie looking sharp right there as I hit Zarnock with the curse. Right now, it's a 1v1. Let's see what happens. Getster, please describe what you're seeing.
I'm seeing a man who knows where the bomb is, and a man who thinks he knows where the bomb is. And right now, Eli, oh, he knows. He saw him. He got a glimpse. But these bomb sites are so close together that Eli can check them both. Shots down onto both players, and the Misfires are going to be the first ones to take a round here. And despite picks coming through super early, that round lasted forever.
Yeah, Eli with the spin right after the slay. Optic versus phase. You love to see that. Yeah, right there. There it is. Right there. Made me chuckle. Wow.
Little
Wow. Wow.
360.
Yeah. Right now, 1-0 in favor for Cleveland, who are looking for momentum after going down in the first map. I think the reported score was a blowout in favor for Sydney Dingoes, if I'm not mistaken. But
250,
right now,
250, 118.
yeah, so that's pretty dominant from Sydney right now. The nades go out. Jakey has the bomb. Let's see if they're able to bake something up here.
Good pick.
Snarts with the first blood.
I mean, just a very nice early pick there, just peeking out into the main lobby and immediately backing out. No punish possible for the side of the Misfires, so they're just down a man for the rest of the round here. It's not looking incredible here, but Dingo's more than capable of losing this round. As we saw last time, they did get the opening pick and still ended up losing out. Happens to the best of us.
And now things slow down for only a matter of moments as
Ooh.
Batty gets to slay onto Zarnock, who tried to pig Zarnock. It feels like whenever we are on their perspective, we just curse them. Snarts gets the pick onto Cakes off screen. Right now is a 4v1, and Dingoes will push back against Cleveland and their Misfires.
2 successful rounds back to back on the defending side. So, yeah, really solid start for both of these teams. Neither team really having any extremely forward momentum thus far on dealership, but I don't know. It seemed like they were posturing to go for an A hit there, and it just doesn't pan out. You get picked apart on the approach. So,
Yeah, no, appreciate that analysis right there. Let's see who picks up the bomb right off the rip. It was Snarts. That name is a little bit of a tongue twister. And looks like Dingoes decided to be aggressive, get the first blood, but then drop 2 members. It's 2v2 now. What's happening? What's happening?
unfortunate early team kill onto Snarts means that the Misfires are in a little bit of, I was gonna say an even situation for them, but oh, you kid! They don't even get that kill there. That is unfortunate. Snapped away. I think he thought he'd done enough, but man, just one more bullet would have done it. And like that, that's the Dingoes taking an advantage here. Also, what is that ragdoll? Went to the stratosphere.
Yeah, some Halo Infinite ragdoll physics are part of that. Don't get me started on the Halo physics. All right, enough Halo. I need to put it away for now. Right
That was
now,
more Gmod than Halo, I think. Just going into the sky for no reason.
I'm still a noob, so the only thing I grind is, unfortunately infinite. All right. Cakes has the bomb. We're on the perspective of Zarnock. Let's see if they're able to get a pick finally for us on stream, or if we're going to curse them. Yeah, the Squid Game skins are super popular. Everybody being patient with what they do here. Cleveland realizing that they need to control the momentum of this series, control the pace of the game. Yeah, Dingo's just setting up while Cakes are just waiting for a piece of information.
These guys are definitely posturing up for an A hit right now, and I mean, it makes a lot of sense, but you've got to be so careful of Sharpie holding that back angle. Super long sight lines. AR in hand. The aims. Just looking for any opening it can find, but Fatty's the first one to find an opening onto Jakey Cakes.
Yeah,
And
that's
now
the first big
beast.
boom. Now
Yeah.
second big boom right there from Sharpie.
Oh, you're dead. Oh, 1v4 for the man with the SMG in hand, and he will not be able to get anything done there. The Dingoes with their third consecutive round.
Ah, wow. Cleveland started off strong, but maybe we're just too patient, too slow. Just let Sydney just dominate that map, have every single lane that really mattered in control of the Dingoes. Cleveland needs to just have a little bit more confidence. You mentioned posturing up, but they need to just make sure that they are just able to, trying to find the words for it, if they're able to just take take up space in the map. It's really simple. I don't know, why am I overcomplicating it? Cleveland just needs to take up more simple, more space on the map. Dingo doing a great job of just responding to the openings that the opposing team gives them right now. We haven't seen a first blood just yet. The nades are going now. Everybody taking damage. Jakey Cakes is laying down on their stomach by the bomb site, waiting for something to happen. The fires go out, and Hypnotic gets the
Big,
first blood.
massive first pick there. And, oh, they know where Jakey Cakes is. That trade is absolutely going to come through, but it's now just down to a 2v2. Bomb is down in an awkward spot as well. Very far forward, but they at least know that Sharpie is off towards A somewhere. But Fatty's going to go for the plant on B. Nobody's there to immediately punish this, so Fatty should be able to set himself up in a decent spot. And Sharpie off to another corner. SMG in hand looking at this door. Could be a potentially bad spot for him. Sharpie running through the open right now. Could be in danger. Has an angle. They spotted him out, but he gets the first pick. Rocky first to fall in this 2v2, and now it's down to a 1v1 Eli versus Fatty. And Eli has no idea where Fatty might be playing from. So far away from the bomb, but they should have spotted each other. Surely, 7 seconds left. It's gone. This round will go the way of Sydney, no matter what happens at this point. Both players.
Surely,
Will,
yeah. What were you saying? Sorry, I cut you.
no,
Totally
no, no,
cut
no. I was about to talk myself into a wall there, so don't even worry about it. You saved me. You saved me.
All right, you hit the wall of the temple. That's what we'll go with right now. Fatty getting the final kill in that lobby. Dingoes are just being dominant. Man, I'm not trying to jinx us. I love casting with you. Thank you, Shio, for hanging out with us. But right now,
Hey.
it's looking like we're gonna have a super quick day. Looking at the clock, it's 12:34. Wait, no, that's in game. All right, never. I'm joking right there. Jakey has the bombs right now, and let's see if Cleveland can just hold forward a little bit and find that success. It feels like they're doing exactly what Fatty wants them to do, and just being a little timid in these situations.
I mean, it's hard not to be, right? Like, you're down 4-1. You lost the first map by a pretty significant margin. Things have not been going cleanly for you, and you've just lost your bomb carrier almost immediately, and two more of your players. It's down to Eli once again in a 1v4. I feel like this has happened several times already. He does get the one, but not able to pick up the second. The Dingoes, once again, another dominant round. 5-1 now. And I don't know, it feels like anytime this goes like one way or another, it always feels like the Dingoes just end up coming out on top, whether it's close or whether it's just like a 4-second long sweep.
Yeah, the rel being, oh my lord, I had an awesome home run of a pun, but I'll try to repeat it right now as I whiff the first time. The round
Unlucky.
and the bell hit as the ding goes in favor for Sydney.
That was
You
pretty
like that
good.
one?
That
Yeah,
was pretty good.
Snart has the bomb, unfortunately, right now. Just what is happening right now? Fatty, the 9-1 KD. Oh,
Oh,
there it is.
that's
There
what's
it is.
happening.
Yeah,
Oh.
please describe what's happening as this power item hits.
So this is what we call a hellstorm. It tells you not only where everyone on the map is, it also just leads to the freest kills of your life, right? You just saw Rocky get forced into the building because he didn't want to die to that, and Fatty just walks up behind him, gets the kill, freest kill of his life. Bomb's already down on B, by the way, because there was no way for the other team to pressure that out. And now it's a 1v3. Zarnok, only having one kill thus far, asked to quadruple his kill count in order to continue this map. But it might be too tall a task at this point. Gets one.
Every dog has their day.
Every dog has his day. But Zarnok it's gonna be a difficult day for him. He's got to find these kills in the next 5 seconds and then defuse the bomb. But it doesn't look like any of that is gonna happen. 8 seconds remaining in the round. He can't even get the duel down. It is over 6-1 in favor of the Sydney Dingoes on hard, not hard point. What am I talking about? Search and destroy.
We're allowed to mess up just a little bit. Not too much. Not too much
I
like
am
saying,
not allowed to. I am
you
not allowed to mess up. There is a
you
man
know,
just out of frame in my camera with an aims pointed directly at my skull,
hmm,
and if I mess up one more time, I get like 4 bullets to the head. So
yeah, Shio has us on shot colors, so every single time we
I've seen any Call of
mispronounce.
Duty game.
Yeah, I think it was. I watched the flank, and I think it was Ben saying, "Man, this new map feels fresh," and everybody else was like, "It's because every other map is stale by now." Right now, we're on the perspective of Fatty, the Dingoes, looking strong throughout this series. What are you seeing right now?
I am seeing early trades back and forth. Misfires taking a slight life lead, but they're not able to hold on to it. And Fatty doing his thing right now, finding early damage, early control onto this A site, and nobody has been able to stop it. So very unfortunate situation Rocky just found himself in. You hate to see it. Does end up respawning, but 2 ticks have already been taken on the A site, and it looks like the third is going to be coming through any moment now. That it's struggle city out here for Cleveland thus far, but they do clear off the point at very least for now, not for long enough.
Yeah, can definitely see just the difference between the gold mixed league and the silver mixed league. It felt like during that first point, while people were trying to catch a control A, everybody was just swarming like bees onto that zone. It's like the hot honey was just fresh, and with that,
Oh,
Zarnok is trying to do
oh,
their best to, be a pest against the opposing team, but
oh.
momentum go into the favor of Dingoes as Hypnotic gets another pick. Ooh, Jakey gets taken out. Disgusting as Sid presses that B.
No, that was beautiful, beautiful shots that just came in there. Somehow you stay alive here. The point is still being captured, though. Not a whole lot in the way of contention, but eventually the point does get cleared. The progress is going to be reset. 5 ticks, though, and you still have 2 minutes and 17 lives to get this one more tick. They should be able to close this one out. Losing out on Hypnotic shouldn't be too big of a deal. You have control of the hallway over to the right of the point, and at least one person in Jakey Cakes looking down the main corridor. So a lot of control right now for the side of Cleveland. Sydney having a little bit of trouble approaching this one, but those are really nice shots from Sharpie, and that could be the exact pick they need to get in.
Yeah, I think someone in chat's probably going to say the exact opposite as I say, as we see Sharpie getting a pick. It feels like Cleveland are playing too fast. In that instance, we saw them slow down, and they had some success. Right now, it's only 11-9, and even though Dingoes are on that point, well, not for much longer, as Cleveland comes in, it feels like, whenever Dingoes just sit back and absorb the pressure Cleveland are doing, great. It's whenever they have an extra second to think about, hey, what's happening on this map right now? Snart's just trying to take a good position here. Cleveland has no respawns remaining. So, that patience is being shown from Dingoes, but, they're just easily just picking off Cleveland, who are just rushing a little bit, and all out by themselves. I think someone might be like, hey, they're not playing fast enough. Everybody says in Call of Duty, you got to play fast, but when you have players like Sharpie just hitting those shots onto the power positions of the opposing team, it's going to be tough to even find, a fast rhythm, a slow rhythm, or whatever rhythm you may need as that drum hits, or that drum barrel. I don't know guns. I'm from a democratic state. I don't know weapons. All right. So right now we're on the perspective of the Dingoes once again. We switch to the Rocky on Misfires because we got to give them some love. We got to see what they're doing. And Getster, what comes to mind from this opening push?
Well, see, you said you come from a democratic state. Now I gotta know if the aims and the jackal are actually real guns. I don't think they are. I just tried to look it up, and I can't find anything about the aims as a gun. But either way, aims in the hand of Rocky is finding value right now. Able to find a nice little pick there. And another one onto Snarts down in the basement. Very, very well played thus far. Sydney, obviously on the defense here, just looking to make sure that Cleveland cannot get any progress going on this point, and that's a nice little pistol kill from Fatty to slow down the momentum just a little bit. But Eli E finds a double. does fall shortly after, but a little bit of progress here at A. Don't think it'll be enough to get a tick before the contest comes through, but ooh, yeah, definitely won't.
Yeah, Fatty with the three. With the three, with the three. Sorry, had to repeat it for as many times as we saw them get the slay. Eventually, they
True.
get taken out by Eli. Sharpie gets taken out by, takes out Jake Cakes. Eli drops to the death screen. So does Zarnok. Pog champ. Right now, momentum is in favor for Sydney Dingoes, who are just in the driver's seat right now. I'm not trying to do play-by-play, but right there, I just had to call out what was happening because it's just fireworks coming out from the team down under.
Do what you want, dog. I love flexing on this. This is a fun game to do flex casting for sure, so I cannot even blame you. 15 seconds now remain for Cleveland to get in onto this point, but they are down 7 lives as it stands. It is looking rough for them, and it doesn't look to be getting any better. They are getting a little bit of progress over on the B site outside of the building, but it's not looking super consistent, especially not with Snarts on a 5 spree right now. He knows where at least 3 players from Cleveland are. Doesn't look like he'll be able to continue this streak. He is getting hunted down, but eventually he gets to 6th. If he can find one more, he won't be in this round, but damn. 2-0.
Yeah.
Sydney favor.
One more round and we're out of here. Wow, already so
Wow.
quick. It's only 8:15 on the PST clock, and it's quite interesting to see 2 series here in the CRL. I almost said HRL, and oof, that would have been a shock from Shia. But right now we're on the CRL Silver Mixed League, and we've seen 2 incredibly quick series. Both, you know, fairly dominant from the winning team. We did see a 249 to 250 hard point to start us off on what has been an amazing day. I expect this to be the last round. All due respect to Cleveland Misfires, but y'all are just, struggling to find that collective teamwork. Fatty is just dominating. Someone hand him some Ozempic to at least, slow him down, or maybe put him in an even better pace. But right there, it's just great team play from Sydney. They were able to control these spawns, and they know exactly what they want to do. We're seeing Sid progress at A, and some great plays.
Okay, it might just be over at this point. I mean, insane 4-man rush just directly onto A site, underneath into the tunnel to put a 3-stack onto the point. And now you've taken the harder point, and you're forcing Cleveland to attack into your stacked point. You've got to go fast, otherwise this is going to be over in the blink of an eye. They've already got one of the 3 ticks they're going to need. But Eli, able to find the angle, find a pick there, and players will fall, so they do get the retake. Only after giving up 1 tick, but it's still not looking great for them. They're at a life deficit, and there's a lot of time for Sydney.
Yeah, unfortunately, I will have to say that Cleveland might start to hear the finish him coming from the opposing team. Wow, as I say that, they respond and
Ooh.
bring that lead to only 2 kills in favor for Sydney. This is their opportunity. This is the best opportunity they've had throughout this entire series. Right now, Sydney, I would love to hear a listen in if we could, but I know we can't. It's just back and forth. That's 4 down for Sydney. I would love to, I want to hear how they're responding to that. Their teamwork and just communication has been on point. You can't hear them, but you can feel them. And right now, that's what's leading them to victory. They're having their backs against the wall for this round, and they still are in the lead. What a fight coming from Cleveland, but it's just not enough, as that lives remaining is 16 to 14.
Yeah, the momentum is just too far in the favor of Sydney as it stands here. It feels like no matter what Cleveland is able to do, they're still just 1 step behind. Once again, we see point progress being made. And I mean, they do have control of the high ground right now, so there is a chance that they deny this tick from happening. In fact, they do. They force Hypnotic out of that position, and they will not be getting that 2nd tick on the A site, so there is still hope for the Misfires. They just need to be very careful about their life counts at this point. They're down to 9, single digits, 2 more team wipes, and this is essentially over, but they get a good start. Sharpie on the flank is not able to find value out of that one. Jakey Cake's taking it down to 8, and Hypnotic taking it down to 7. Little bit of a rough spot here, and they have control of the A point. Eli is going to be a crucial player here. He's able to find 2 on the flank with the SMG in hand. Jackal, most important play you could have made just then, but Fatty comes in, finds another flank angle, and is able to clean up that kill with the pistol in hand. 5 lives remaining for the Misfires, 33 seconds. You've got to be able to get in there. Zarnok, once again, taking this low ground angle. 2 more picks for Eli. And that could be the equalizing they need. They've cleared off the point. No respawns remaining, though, for the Misfires. Down to the wire here. And a cruise missile from Zarnok. From Snarts, excuse me, will take Zarnok out of the picture entirely. More point progress being made. Second tick taken. They've got to get on this one. 2 more lives to 7. But they're not going to be able to do it. They made it close. But in the end, Sydney Dingoes, they're going to deliver a brutality.
Yeah. Just taking a second to absorb this play from Snarts. 23 and 10 KD with 2.5k damage.